Hello everyone and welcome to a layout update. I do apologise firstly for my voice. I do have a bit of a cold and a chesty cough, so just bear with me on that front. But I'm coming back with another layout update. As I said, the videos are going to come more frequently now as the railway starts to progress on. And this is a fairly big update. Now, as you saw in the last video, we had a good 2 or 3 point motors wired in. Now this side of the fiddle yard and this side of this fiddle yard is fully wired. All 14 point motors have been fitted and they all work very well. We have one over here that makes, this one back here makes a little bit of a funny noise, but it works okay for now. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, if it does break, we'll have to replace it or anything like that, but for now it's working all fine. But again, I just wanted to bring you a quick update of what's going on. The switchboard has pretty much been finished now. I do need to give it like a bit of a coat of paint, and still actually like complete it and stuff like that. I'm still yet to kind of decide how I'm actually going to paint it and what the finishing touches is going to be. I'm going to add labels and stuff like that of all the different yards and stuff. But basically, you can see the layout. So if we look at this here, obviously we've got the first point here, which then branches into. Sorry, we've got the first point here. So where this point here will obviously be this one here, and then it will branch into 2 and then 4. So it's fairly easy to read. I tried to make it as simple as I can. Like I said in the last video, I've gone for the kind of the splicer technique, and then kind of running the wires off to that onto the switches, and then out to the wiring to the point motor. Sorry. In terms of like wiring though, I think I've actually done really well. The wiring's nice and neat. I've tidied it up with a lot of like wire connectors and stuff like that, and cable ties to make it neat. And I've also put some duct tape over the top of them just to neaten it up. Now if I go, so that's like the most of them there, and then obviously this side I needed to find a place of where to connect all these up, and obviously I'd run out of space like here, so I had to kind of put these under here. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, they're all neatly spaced. I've tried to keep them as neat as possible. I tidied this all up with duct tape as well. The reason, it may look a bit like untidy sort of thing, but the reason why I've done this is because this is obviously the entrance into the shed. So we needed to kind of keep all the wires from dangling down. There was quite a bit of slack as well on the wires as well. I need to trim some of them back, but obviously you don't want them too tight. And then obviously 2 of the point motors we've had to wire underneath. Purely because there was no space up here. Obviously, there's no way you're fitting 2 point motors in there, because obviously we need to take into account of when the wagons come past whether they'll touch the point motor or not. But we've tested it. You will see a testing video after this of me testing this side. I did actually test this side as well, but I couldn't get a good camera angle because of the board being in the way and stuff like that. But nevertheless, we are edging closer to that top layer going on. I might actually start putting the top layer on this side and actually start planning what I'm going to be doing and laying some track and stuff like that. So expect kind of a few updates. And I have ordered all of the 7 point motors for over this side. I'm actually going to start over this side because that's the main fiddle yard. It'd be good to get them 2 done. And then obviously I've got these 2 points here to motor up as well, and obviously I'll put them on independent switches like here. I'm kind of doing this to save space. Now over this side I'm going to have a board in the middle, similar to what you've seen over there. In fact, it's going to mirror that. I'm going to have a board in the middle, then obviously all the point motors will be stacked either on top or underneath where necessary. And then I'm just going to try to make it simple for myself. Obviously I'm not the greatest at wiring, so there might even be easier ways than what I'm doing it, but this way it's really simple, and the wiring, I mean, there isn't too much. You can tidy it up and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Obviously these point motors are on order. They're coming from E-Hands pretty soon. I haven't got any new locos. I've got my eye on a few new locos though. There's a couple from Dapol, obviously the Class 73 and the Class 68 as well, so I'm going to be getting them, so watch out in the near future. But yeah, apart from that, I haven't really got any new locos. My newest ones are probably the Northern Bell 47s, which I think you guys may have seen, you may not have. If you haven't seen it, I'll chip them up and get them into a running session. They're already chipped, I just need to program them in, I think. I think they're still on the standard setting of number 3 on the Bachmann Dynamis. But apart from that, that's where we are at the moment. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to leave a comment, leave a like rating, and enjoy the small running session.